We see Vergil standing before Trismagia and saying, "If you are truly an oracle, then you already know why I came here." Trismagia replies, "Son of Sparda, everyone who has tried to escape this realm before you lost their mind. Do you even know why Arius sent you here?" But Vergil has no intention of becoming anyone's pawn. He declares that whatever Arius's plan may be, today it will fail. Hearing that, Trismagia becomes enraged and begins transforming. Its three heads separate from one another and immediately launch a relentless assault on Vergil. But this creature possesses a far more dangerous ability than raw power. Trismagia shows nothing but the truth. As the battle continues, Vergil is forced to relive moments from his own past, and through those visions, he uncovers a horrifying secret that changes everything. The man he trusted for years, the king he followed without question, Mundus himself, was the one responsible for his mother's death. The moment Vergil realizes the truth, he explodes with rage. For years he had searched for answers, never knowing that the person standing beside him was the very monster who had taken everything from him. Yet, despite his anger, Vergil refuses to break. He quickly regains control of himself and realizes exactly what Arius wanted him to see. Trismagia becomes even more furious and prepares to finish both Vergil and Matilda at once. But before the killing blow can land, Vergil transforms into his demon form, grabs Matilda, and escapes the prison dimension at the very last second. Finally safe, Matilda celebrates their escape, but Vergil can think only about the truth he has just learned. He now understands that Arius sent him there for one reason: to reveal that Mundus was the true murderer of his mother. And if that revelation is true, then Arius wants something far more dangerous. He wants Vergil to join forces with him and help destroy Mundus. Even after hearing Matilda's objections, Vergil's hatred continues to grow. Consumed by thoughts of revenge, he opens a portal and disappears. Meanwhile, the Argosax Arius fusion continues absorbing human life force. With every person it drains, its power grows even greater, and before long, it evolves into an even more terrifying form. At the same time, Dante finally regains consciousness and immediately begins searching for Lady. To his relief, she is still alive. After a brief reunion, both of them realize they have no time to waste. Argosax is still evolving, and if nobody stops him soon, countless more lives will be lost. The two quickly come up with a plan. Dante will confront Argosax directly, while Lady will deal with Arius's daughter. And without wasting another second, Dante launches a spectacular attack against the fusion being. Looking at Dante, the fusion creature says, "I welcome you on this path to the liberation of both worlds." Dante responds, "Look, this might sound rude, but this is the first time I've seen someone's face growing out of somebody's stomach. I can't even tell if that voice is coming from your face or your backside." The fusion being is instantly enraged, and just like that, the battle begins. During the fight, Dante says, "So tell me, what should I call you? Argosax sounds kind of boring. Vergil said you're the original devil, so maybe Satan? Or Lucy? Actually, I think the devil's butt sounds better. It's a lot more fun to say." Hearing this only makes the fusion being even angrier. It growls, "I should have drained all of your power from your blood when I had the chance, but now taking your power will be even easier." Suddenly, Dante takes advantage of the dust and debris filling the battlefield and vanishes from sight. Then we see Lady, who has reunited with the same soldier driver who helped her escape captivity. The two of them head straight toward Lucia, hoping to stop her from opening the rift, the gateway between the human world and the demon world. Once opened, she could never get it closed again. Lucia takes the elevator to the upper levels, forcing Lady and the soldier to take the long staircase route. Along the way, they run into several hostile soldiers. Meanwhile, we return to Dante. While trying to save a young boy, he ends up being captured by the fusion being. Compared to humans, demons possess far greater life force, and Dante is not just any demon, he is the son of the legendary Sparda. As the fusion being absorbs Dante's life force, it begins evolving much faster than before. But suddenly, a flying sword slices through the magical arm that was draining Dante's energy, freeing him from the creature's grasp. The sword belongs to Vergil. Having teleported to the battlefield, Vergil looks at the fusion being and says, "As long as I'm here, don't even think about killing my brother. He and I still have unfinished business." The fusion being replies, "So you've seen the truth, and yet you're still standing against us?" Vergil immediately answers, "Did you really think I'd escape one bastard only to join hands with another? Don't mistake me for some pawn that dances on command. Mundus will die by my hand eventually, but first I need to settle things with you." He charges forward, but instead of attacking, he reaches Dante, opens a portal, and pulls him away from the battlefield. Then we see Matilda somehow arriving at Lucia's location. Lady and the soldier also manage to reach the same place. Lucia immediately starts trying to provoke Lady with insults and mind games, but it doesn't last long. Lady opens fire and the battle begins. Back with Dante and Vergil, the brothers emerge from the portal. As Dante gets back on his feet, he says, "Arius said you were alive, but I thought he was lying." Suddenly, Vergil grabs Dante by the collar, lifts him up, and throws him aside. Furious, he shouts, "I told you to keep Arcana away from him until the eclipse at all costs, and you couldn't even manage that one simple task." Dante responds, "This isn't the time for us to fight each other, you were right." Vergil calms himself slightly and says, says, there was one thing I was wrong about too. Then he continues, we share the same enemy. Argosax hasn't fully awakened yet. Together we have enough power to defeat him. We'll just have to give everything we've got. Vergil explains that neither of them is currently in their true demon form, and I can't maintain my demon form for long either. That's because of our mother's weak human genes. Dante replies, at least you can transform whenever you want. I can't. Pain and suffering are what make us stronger. They're what push us toward our true form. You keep suppressing your pain. Let it out. That anger buried inside us is the only inheritance we have left. With those words, Vergil transforms into his complete demon form, the form Mundus had taught him to unlock. Then he rushes toward the fusion being. The battle between Vergil and the fusion being begins. Meanwhile, Lady continues fighting Lucia. At one point, Lucia gains the upper hand and lifts Lady high into the air once again. Back with Dante, he begins remembering all the painful moments of his life, and his anger grows stronger and stronger. At the same time, Vergil begins losing ground against the fusion being. The soldier is overwhelmed as well. Finally, Dante transforms into his true demon form and joins Vergil in battle. The fusion being looks at them and says, at last, the two sons of Sparda stand before me. Dante immediately replies, no, we're the sons of Eva. Then he pulls out his pistols, starts some music, and adds, and we like beating people up while listening to music. The battle erupts once again. Back on Lady's side, Lucia throws her high into the sky one more time, but this time, Lady suddenly headbutts Lucia, turns the fight around, and drives her downward. In a stylish finishing move, Lady slams Lucia into the ground, snaps her neck, and watches her die. Then she suddenly notices something. Wait, that's a duplicate. The real Lucia appears behind her. She's just about to cut off Lady's head when Matilda suddenly opens fire, severely wounding Lucia. Angrily, Matilda shouts, that's for my grandfather, you bitch! Lady walks over and says, thanks, matey, but you really shouldn't use bad language. Suddenly, the fusion being arrives at their location. It starts absorbing the life force of everyone nearby. Then it notices Demon Lucia and absorbs her as well. Its power increases dramatically. Now it begins overwhelming both Dante and Vergil. At one point, it weakens them and starts absorbing both brothers simultaneously. Their demon forms fade, returning them to their human appearances. The fusion being is now incredibly close to reaching Argosax's true form, but at the last moment, Vergil uses his sword to free both himself and Dante. Even so, Argosax's complete resurrection is almost inevitable. For some reason, the fusion being abandons Dante and Vergil and turns its attention toward ordinary humans instead. Dante asks Vergil, you said Argosax would go after Mundus as soon as he reached full power. If Mundus fought him right now, would Mundus win? After thinking for a moment, Vergil answers, yes. Dante turns to Lady and says, then you'll have to open the rift. Confused, Lady asks, why? Because we're going to shove him into the demon world and let Mundus kill him. Just keep the rift open long enough for him to get through. Lady entrusts Matilda's safety to the soldier and obtains the blood vials she needs from Lucia. But suddenly Dante says, hey Lady, remember that restaurant near my old house? Lady replies, yeah, why? If you don't hear from me after the rift opens, I'll be there. There's something important I need to tell you. Lady then shatters the blood vials onto Sparda's sword. The moment the blood touches the blade, the rift begins to open. As it expands, it starts pulling everything toward it with overwhelming force. Because Lady is standing so close, she struggles desperately against the immense suction. Meanwhile, Dante and Vergil pour all of their power into their pistols. Vergil says, don't start one of your stupid catchphrases again, but Dante cuts him off. Jackpot. The brothers fire simultaneously. The combined blast is so powerful that it launches the fusion being directly toward the rift. At the same time, Lady is barely holding on against the rift's pull. Finally, the fusion being is successfully dragged through the gateway and sent into Makai, the demon world. But then, unexpectedly, Vergil begins moving toward the rift as well. Dante tries to stop him, but in the end, he has no choice but to follow Vergil and pursue the fusion being into the demon world. As he's pulled away, Dante shouts to Lady, Lady, close it! You can do it, Lady! But Lady begins losing consciousness. Just as her grip slips, the soldier driver catches her, but Sparda's sword had already headed straight towards the rift. As a result, the rift remains open. And on that critical cliffhanger, the episode comes to an end. And yep, here I am saying the same thing I've been saying for the last 6 videos. If you want to see the next episode, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you noticed any problems in the video, feel free to leave a comment.
Yes, that's it.